What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley. You can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28, and that's the one, the only, it's the man with the new haircut. It's Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scott, happy new hair day. What's going on, buddy?
I don't feel the wind through my hair anymore, but the back of my neck does get really cold.
You got it all chopped off finally.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a big difference. A long time coming, but yeah, it feels good.
There we go. Scott, everybody can enjoy your new haircut over on twitch.tv/theofficialITG live, as well as ITG reviews on YouTube at 11 a.m. Eastern every single day, Monday to Friday. But if you can't join us live, it is up later inside the game.ca podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Coming up on today's show, Sony is looking to hire for more growth opportunities through acquisitions. Ubisoft is bringing their games to Xbox Game Pass, and GTA 6 is using an engine that is ahead of its time.
Ooh. We'll see about ahead of its time by the time we see that game, but I'm so sour.
Oh man, it's gonna take so long. It needs to be ahead of its time. By the time it launches, it'll just be caught up with everybody else.
Yeah. Oh, right? I'm wondering if I'll even remember what GTA is by that time.
Dude, we gotta get back on GTA 5 online.
Oh, yeah, we missed out on that whole event.
Oh, that sucks. We were busy doing other things, though. Yeah, that's the way it goes. But dude, who is busy? It's Sony's hiring corporate development director to find growth opportunities through acquisitions. As 2022 continues to be the year of acquisitions, with news that's... It does, doesn't it? Like, it is, dude, it is absolutely insane right now. With the news, that's the biggest concern, I think, moving forward now. With the news that Square Enix is selling to Embracer Group 3 of its Western development studios and more than 50 IPs. 50 IPs go along with it. It seems Sony is still looking to bolster its first-party family. That's because the company is now hiring a corporate development director responsible for identifying inorganic growth opportunities through acquisitions and more, as discovered by Roberto Serrano over on Twitter. He reported by VGC. It's not surprising that Sony is looking to hire somebody like this, especially when you look at the current video game landscape. It feels like every other week a major acquisition is announced. No kidding. Quote, Sony Interactive Entertainment seeks a highly qualified director corporate development. End quote. Sony's job listing reads, quote, SIE's corporate development team works closely with SIE's management team and is responsible for identifying inorganic growth opportunities through acquisitions, investments, and or joint ventures. The team sources, elevates, and completes transactions that are aligned with SIE's strategic priorities and drive significant long-term value for the company. End quote. Scott, it just seems like, dude, it's just nonstop right now. Everywhere else in the listing says Sony's looking for someone to drive proactive deal sourcing, including development relationships with external and internal partners. News that Sony is looking for what is essentially an acquisition director is not surprising. Acquisitions have largely defined gaming in 2022 thus far. It started with Take-Two Interactive, the parent company behind GTA, speaking of, Scott, series, announcing back in January that they acquired mobile giant Zynga for nearly $13 billion. Then, the following week, Microsoft announced acquiring Activision Blizzard, the company behind Overwatch, Call of Duty. Come on, like we don't know who that is. $68.7 billion. 2 weeks after that, Sony revealed it was buying Bungie for $3.6 billion, and later announced that it acquired Jay Raymond's new studio, Haven Studios. Scott, it has been a year, dude.
Oh, it seems to just be crazy. Everybody's kind of drawing sides and getting divided up, but I'm still hoping for the positive in this. You know, there's some IPs that I'm sitting on that have not seen a release in a long time that I'm really hoping get the light of day. Condemned. Titanfall. I'm never going to see Titanfall 3, am I?
Oh, man, I really, at this point, do you think Respawn's going to go back into the world of Titanfall? They're so heavily invested, I think, in the next Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2, which I think we just heard rumors of getting pushed to 2023. They're heavily working on Apex right now. Apex is a big thing. We're still waiting on Apex Mobile.
I think the only way it happens is if Apex starts to focus on Titanfall content. But I
Yeah,
think
sure.
they're not going to run out of ideas anytime soon, so that'll be a long time. Probably Apex 2, might come alongside
Yeah.
Titanfall 3. But I'm wondering, what did Take-Two ever do with Zynga? Have they done anything yet so far? Because I
Uh,
haven't heard anything.
Not yet. I
I,
think all they've really done is kind of rolled them into the company and start
oh, okay.
cashing in on Zynga's money.
Well, the joke would be, GTA 5 coming to mobile, but
Oh, don't do that. Yeah. At
it's
this
the
point, though.
last frontier.
Yeah, we span 3 generations and on a mobile now. Like, it's just, yeah, that wouldn't be all that surprising. But dude, Sony looking to acquire somebody who can look into acquisitions, growth. I think that's a huge wave right now, right? With everybody getting purchased, getting bought up. Who's really left on the table right now? We know Square Enix has what seemingly comes across as half a company now, in a sense. Like, you know what I mean? They feel like half a studio, half a development or publishing studio branch that I think Sony has opportunities to sweep in, maybe take the reins from the rest of Square Enix. Dude, if Square Enix gets gobbled up now completely,
No,
who's
that
that
would be
leave? Like Ubisoft and Indies, right?
that's something that I never would have seen coming.
Not at
Buying
all.
up all of Square. Nintendo has a lot of companies and subdivisions there that could be kind of swapped up, but I don't know
Sure.
if that legally, if there's anything binding them to only Nintendo, or if it's just an
That's fair.
image thing. Because a
No.
lot of the game developers in Nintendo are making almost only Nintendo games.
Yeah. And this way, honestly, if Sony comes in now, grabs Square, you can get some of the Final Fantasy titles on Xbox, but dude, moving forward, they can keep them all, right? The next iteration of Final Fantasy Remake is all PlayStation, I believe. So that
It is, yeah.
you know what I mean? So the part, we're still waiting on part 2 or whatever that's going to be. So Mohammed joins us and said just Ubisoft. He said, really?
No.
He's got a great point though,
We've
right?
talked about that internally too, but
Yeah.
how much wealth would it take to buy Ubisoft? I make the
Well,
joke that only the U.S. government could do it, but
I don't know,
it's
man.
because
Honestly,
it would be 100 billion at least.
it does leave up to just Ubisoft, but can PlayStation have the backing from Sony to go get them? Like, so Ubisoft right now says they're kind of, they're up in the air. They're considering being purchased. We never thought Square would get purchased either, but they half the studio went yesterday, and maybe the rest of it is about to go in the next little while, because we've also talked about the opportunity of them downsizing, right? Downsizing to make it a little bit more accessible for them, for somebody to come in, sweep up Square Enix, and move away with them. And opportunities there for PlayStation, I think, makes a lot of sense for alignment. They don't really do all that much with the world of Xbox, but they've had a huge partnership with PlayStation for so long that there is that opportunity. And a lot of people, I think, in the back of their mind going, man, if they do get bought, it's PlayStation's probably going to buy them, right? They already lost their Western, more or less, most of their Western development went over to Embracer Group yesterday, and then they've left behind Outriders, Just Cause, and Life is Strange. Which I wonder why Embracer Group didn't get the rest of them.
Yeah, well, that's curious. Maybe because in the case of Outriders, it's a new startup, but
Maybe,
still,
yeah, but still, so I don't know.
there's nothing that money can't buy.
Well, not at this point, right? Not when you see Microsoft sweep in for Activision for $68 billion. You kind of go, oh, wow, I didn't see that one coming. Nobody saw that one coming, which is just what an amazing kept secret. Because, dude, that one's been going in the works for months, right? Like, it wasn't just, boom, here we go, we can announce them, we're going to buy them now, and that's the way it works. They're still arguing over that. VR game for PSVR 2, Assassin's Creed VR, Splinter Cell VR, they're coming, right? They're absolutely coming. There are partnerships there.
VR. If there's a Splinter Cell VR, you'll see me the next calendar year. I'm gonna be gone.
Dude, yeah, I have high hopes for PSVR 2. I really do. I'm looking forward to getting hands on with it and moving in. But dude, we're talking about Ubisoft. Let's keep it going as Xbox Game Pass is adding more Ubisoft games. This comes from Dalton Cooper over at Game Rant. After Microsoft inked a deal with EA to bring its EA Play library of the games to Xbox Game Pass, many anticipated a similar deal to be reached with Ubisoft. Despite rumors of Ubisoft Connect coming to Xbox Game Pass, nothing official to that effect has been announced at the time of this writing. But while Ubisoft Connect is not yet part of the Xbox Game Pass, that hasn't stopped some major Ubisoft games from joining Microsoft's popular subscription service. Dude, we talk about a lot on this show of how influential I think Game Pass has really become, right?
Oh yeah.
Ubisoft this year had a Rainbow Six Extraction hit Xbox Game Pass on day one, which release was significant. A significant release for them to be there. I think I've had some discussions that they actually kind of saved that game a little bit for the first part of that. So yeah, I think it was a saving grace.
I don't know if it looks so good currently and moving forward for Extraction. I feel like most of the fan base has already bounced out.
Absolutely. But one of the other games that are coming, Scott, is Assassin's Creed Origins. One of my favorite games coming to Xbox Game Pass and will be available across the cloud, console, and PC.
I predicted this one because I found this game in my whole box of stuff. My possessions are a mess, but I found it and I thought, oh, good. I can go back to Origins. And I should know better. Every time I find a game or buy a game, it ends up on Game Pass. Looking at you, Mass Effect.
Dude, it's fantastic. Honestly, Origins is probably one of my favorite in the series besides the Ezio trilogy. Yeah, man, they've had a lot of good ones. Odyssey, I finished. It just didn't quite connect with me. Nate absolutely adored Odyssey. And right now I'm in the middle and I'm in the heat of it all right now with Valhalla. So, and dude, the content just keeps dropping for that game.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've been on Valhalla for a long time now.
Yeah, I'm approaching the 70-hour mark at this point. So
you must be further than Corey.
Corey's completed. Corey's, what did Corey say? His power level is above 300. I think he's close to like 200 hours or something.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, he's finished it. He's moved on to DLC. He's like, I got nothing left to do in this game. Oh, man, I have a lot to do still. But I'm really kind of pushing through it. Yeah, some of the characters there are really cool. Dude, another game, though, that's coming to Xbox Game Pass from Ubisoft is For Honor Marching Fire Edition.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Which is cool, right? I think that's a good get. For Honor is already there. This is the expansion now that's coming as well. So you'll have access to other fighters and things like that. So it's cool. Dude, For Honor is a technical game.
Yeah, it's looking like Deadliest Warrior now, that old TV show. There's so many different factions and different fighters mixed up that I really got to get back to that. That's one of them that Nate turned me on to this game, and I thought, okay, here it is.
He has a tendency of doing that to people.
Yeah, and then he doesn't play forever. He just plays Fallout.
Yeah. Oh, David chimes in. David, we have that topic coming up in a little bit, so stick with us on that one, and we'll come back to your little statement there, buddy. But yeah, dude, do you think Ubisoft Connect will actually make its way over to Xbox Game Pass?
I don't think Connect as a whole, but then again, EA Play is there,
right?
So it could happen.
Yeah.
But Connect, I think, has a huge amount of titles, so it seems like it would be a lot to add all in one big chunk.
Sure.
But again, EA Play.
Yeah, you never know, right? I think EA Play kind of brings that opportunity and puts it in the gamer's mindset of maybe we will get Ubisoft Connect. How well is Ubisoft Connect doing on its own? Do they need to partner with Xbox to bring that in to kind of liven up that service a little bit? And they obviously be getting money from Microsoft to do so. Yeah. But dude, let's get into it. One of our favorite games of all time is GTA 5, but GTA 6 is reportedly using the Rage 9 engine. And it's ahead of its time. This comes from Michael over at PSU. According to Rockstar Mag's Chris Clappel, the upcoming GTA 6 will utilize Rage 9 engine. The journalist describes as, quote, ahead of its time, end quote. A tweet translated by the game's poof reads, okay, quote, of course, the new version of the Rockstar Games graphic engine, Rage 9, that will be used in GTA 6 will probably be amazing. I've been able to get some positive information, and we really shouldn't be disappointed. We are talking about an engine that will be ahead of its time, end quote. Rockstar Games confirmed earlier this year that GTA 6 is in development, but there's as far as the release date, dude, there's nothing confirmed about that.
No.
Like, nada. So...
I wouldn't expect that for quite some time, really.
No,
not all. I'm surprised that if they're building it in Rage 9 already, well, it tells me they are indeed in development, so that's good. But by the time even if it was a normal cycle for a game that's not GTA, we're still looking at 3, 4, 5 years, presuming it's been in development for 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if Rage 9 will be as cutting edge by the time it releases. Although that's a that's a bit of a hurdle that every game developer comes across. I'm sure you
Yeah.
can't always go into Unreal 6, even though Unreal 5 is the only one you have right now.
No, exactly, right? So they're trying to stay ahead of the game. So when it does launch in what is presumably probably 3-4 years from now, they are at a level that people are like, holy, look at this game. Right now, honestly, dude, when you come off of GTA 5, when that launched back in the day on PS3, boy, oh boy, people were like, wow, look at this thing. And then PS4, and then new iteration coming to PS5, and everybody's like stunned. Now, here's the biggest thing: moving into the latest gen graphics, right, or latest gen console, I've taken a look at textures. When you get into games like I'm playing right now with Valhalla, dude, you can see the pebbles, right? That's the biggest thing that I'm noticing. You can see the pebbles. Dude, you play Red Dead 2. You jump into that world is absolutely beautiful. Probably the most beautiful
in the air.
Exactly. Where you don't see that in GTA 5, right? Even with the new remastered, we're in there, we're playing it online now and stuff like that. And it's just not quite there. It's a flat texture. I go to one of my businesses, we'll call it, and dude, it's out in the wilderness, it's out in the dusty plains kind of thing, but the rocks are like flat. I was just like, oh, this isn't. If it was Red Dead, yo, that would be a pebble, and that would be a boulder, and that would be a rock. Like, there's a lot more to step up.
I'm hoping the physics engine behind it is more like GTA 4. People look at GTA 4 for how the gravity and the shifting weight and stuff is.
Sure.
I want to see that in a new GTA game, because it feels like it's just a Vice City over and over.
No,
which was great back in 2004. When did Vice City come out?
Yeah, a long time ago, man. A long time ago, without a doubt. But dude, well, after getting into Red Dead 2, you know that they're going to be bringing the hype, bringing it all in GTA 6, because GTA 5 is such a moneymaker. They just keep porting it over. But everybody now is... What's that?
I'm wondering what I can hunt in the concrete jungle.
Well, that's just it. We just want to know, like, what are we in for with GTA 6? It's been so long. 3 generations of consoles. Like, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, huge hypes. Not surprising that they're going to push technology. It's what Rockstar is known for. That's why you put them on the map. Dude, they're one of the best developers around, and they push everything. Technology, gameplay, story, you name it. It's all there to the next level. Obviously, we hold them with a high praise. I think everybody does in this industry. So we'll see if they can break the standard of everything moving forward. But Scott, is almost near. The development of the game is coming to a close. Are you ready for this? It is Final Fantasy 16 producer Naoki Yoshida says the game is near the end of development. Does this do anything for you, Scott?
I'm actually really looking forward to 16.
Are you really? Dude, I did not see this coming. This is Wesley LeBlanc over at Game Informer. Final Fantasy 16 is nearing the end of development, according to producer Naoki. Oh, damn it. I had it, Scott. Naoki Yoshida. Dude, I had it before this, and every time we go live, I tell you. But there's no word on a release date for the RPG. Oddly enough, Yoshida has revealed about the development of Final Fantasy 16 doesn't come by way of the usual channels like Twitter, a press release, or a development video update. Instead, it comes by the way of a new Yoshida interview in a free magazine currently being given away in stores in Japan. Well, nobody saw that one coming.
No, that's a little bit of an interesting source, but
no kidding. The free magazine is meant to tie in with collaboration between Uniqlo and Square Enix, which Uniqlo is selling 16 different t-shirts, each based on one of the 16 mainline Final Fantasy games. Quote, development on the latest title, Final Fantasy 16, is in its final stages. End quote. Yoshida said in the magazine, quote, Final Fantasy 16 aims to integrate the story and the gaming experience into a single player game. Unlike online, which portrays multiple players simultaneously, Final Fantasy 16 focuses on the individual. This makes the story more immersive. It's a very dense story. As an adult, I learned about society and said to myself, reality is not as easy as a video game. I hope that those who once... Yeah, no kidding. I hope that those who once left Final Fantasy will remember how exciting their passion for video games was back then. End quote. As noted by VGC, Yoshida said in October of last year that Square Enix was nearing the final stages of development during the Tokyo Game Show live stream earlier that year. He said Final Fantasy's development team was working on finalizing the final side quests of the game. So, dude, almost there. You think we'll see it this year or next year?
Oh, I think if it comes to release, it'll be next year. I think we'll learn more about it this year, but
yeah,
saying that they're on to side quests and being final stages, that still tells me that there's a lot left to do. Side quests are a huge part of Final Fantasy, and
that's fair.
Probably almost as large as the main quest, if I had to guess.
No, for sure. Scott, I'm going to get the last one here. Sony confirmed speculation that it has blocked PS Plus now, plus PS Now subscription stacking. Michael over at PSU once again. Sony Interactive Entertainment has confirmed earlier speculation that the format holder has blocked the ability to stack PS Plus and PS Now subscriptions as the company prepares to relaunch PS Plus with a new 3-tiered service this summer. Dude, we've talked about this over and over again, but David says Sony has been anti-consumer lately, especially when they removed the ability to use the gift cards to stack their memberships. That sucks.
Well, it's all part of a system changing, so it does kind of make sense, but how do you do that cleanly?
Yeah, no, it's a battle, dude. Without a doubt, there's a battle in place here. You're not going to please everybody. You got to be able to do something. They're shifting the whole model, and okay, so here it is. It's launching next month, dude. You give it 6 months, nobody will even remember about it, right? That's the thing. Yeah. Right now, it sucks because if you did have all that, why can't you put all that on there, right? Then cut the card. They've been dropping cards lately and losing that whole service as a whole. So why not let the people who spent the money on their cards at least use them? But
yeah.
So either way, but Scott, we do have some game announcements today and some releases. What do we have, my friend?
We have an announcement for Timesia on the 9th of August. Overborder Studios, punishing action RPG, brings fast-paced dark fantasy combat to PlayStation 5, Series consoles, and PC in the summer.
Nice.
Team 17 and Overborder Studio have today announced that punishing game action Timesia will launch on PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC on the 9th of August. As a mysterious masked protagonist, Corvus, I'll never unsee Corvo,
I know.
Players will battle through the plague-ridden and blood-soaked streets of Hermes against an unforgiving enemy that now inhabit the once thriving city. Well, it sounds like they're laying quite a bit of the land here in their announcement, but that'll be interesting to see how that comes down, because action RPG, something I'm interested in, but I have not seen anything about Timesia so far.
Well, it's cool though, dude. I think it looks cool. I think you're gonna like this one, and the demo's out right now on Steam. It's only there for a limited time, so you can definitely grab that right now and check it out.
Oh, I am curious. I will have to look at that. We also have another announcement. Saber Interactive and 34 Big Things, that's an interesting title, have revealed a scorching new trailer for Redout 2, announcing that the next entry in the acclaimed anti-gravity racing series will launch on May 26, 2022. For PlayStation 5, Xbox Series consoles, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. And the Epic Store. 2 different ways of getting that on PC, but anti-gravity racing, I really, really want an F-Zero game again.
I think everybody's doing their best to copy it, right? I think that's the biggest thing.
This might be the next best thing, by the looks of it. I have never played Redout 1, though. Maybe I should do that before I speak too much.
That's fair.
We do have 2 releases today. We have Dungeon Defenders Awakened on the PlayStation 4, and we have Loot River on Xbox One, Series XS, and PC. And we have a video, if you're curious about Loot River, we have just dropped a video this morning.
That's right. Go over, check that out. You don't want to miss that. You can find that over on ITG Reviews on YouTube. Scott, dude, it's a little bit early. We got a couple seconds left. A couple seconds is all we have. Loot River, quick thoughts. Go.
Oh, it's surprisingly hard.
That's
interesting concept, but then it's punishing.
There we go, everybody. Make sure you go check that out. Thank you for watching today. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. You can always join us live over on twitch.tv/theofficialitg, as well as YouTube at ITG Reviews. But until tomorrow, everybody, where you can catch us at InsideTheGame.ca. I'm Drew, that's Scott, and we'll see you inside the game.